talk today about desires. I am thinking that it's absolutely absurd that we live in a society that almost discredits desires and makes you feel like it's not your right to have them. And that's lunacy. Truly lunacy. I am not here for it anymore. And I'm not gonna hold back when it comes to me having unorthodox thoughts about the way that we're living our life, because honestly, I think the world's doing it wrong, and I think that's becoming pretty clear to us now, so my 2 cents probably can't hurt anything. That's right, we're diving into a rant today all about desires and why you deserve your desires specifically. And honestly, why they even matter, because we don't learn this stuff. We don't learn why we desire things. We don't learn that we even have a right to. I mean, I'm still scarred from my 3rd grade teacher who taught us the phrase, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Like, sometimes I want to throw a fit because what I've gotten isn't what I want. And the only way that you're going to be able to realize that is when you realize that you desire something else. And I personally am no longer waiting for other people to give me the A-OK that my desire is correct. And I want to empower you with that same kind of feeling, because truly, what is stopping you from getting what you want? I'd say 99% of the time, it's because you don't think you are worthy of what you desire. And that's a problem, but it's not unfixable. And that's what I want to dive into. Some spiritual teachers, I hear them say that like desiring or wanting something is like lackey and low vibe, but literally if you are getting into spirituality, you're probably not already coming from a super high vibe place. I'm just being real here. Like, you are diving into this because you have a longing for something deeper and more than what you're experiencing now, and that in itself is a desire that is working in your favor. It's helping you ascend to something else. And as we've talked about in my videos, you know, we have desires that I would say are more primal and that are more ascension based. Even the primal ones that are more will-based and more about you making a name for yourself or just standing out in a crowd, you know, that is actually a very positive expression of a primal quality. That being said, everything can be exercised into a good or bad expression, and I am 100% sure your desires are no different. And this is where a little bit of inner work is going to have to come in, because if you don't really know yourself truly, that is your first step, is understanding what you do want. The best way to do that is see your reactions to things that you're currently dealing with. If after you hear this video you all of a sudden notice the bad vibes or the bad energy you constantly get from hanging out with a certain person or going to your job, or the way you're expressing yourself or the way you're connecting with other people, that negativity shows you a desire to have something better, to seek something that is more fitting for you. And I think it's interesting because desires can come up in more than just, you know, an inspired idea of something you want. No, desires can come up even in bad emotions like jealousy or envy or insecurity. That's showing you a desire that you have within yourself that you may not really be conscious of yet. So it shows up in this weird, you know, tension between another person. And once again, I don't think that we should write that off as a bad thing, because this is a very telling sign that we are capable of more. It proves that we have potential, because desires never go away. Some people stop giving in to them and stop pursuing them, but that doesn't mean that they ever fade away. And honestly, it's sad to see that people have chose that path of ignoring their desires, honestly, because of societal conditioning and whatnot. This goes back to my last video about unleashing your feminine energy and just understanding the fact that we live in a society that is more masculine energy based. So I just feel like the masculine energy sees desires as like ambitions and as something that you have to push for, whereas, you know, a lot of the time I feel like desires are things that are already meant for you that you just have to get in alignment for. You almost have to pull back a little bit to get yourself into that space. And I can only speak from my experience, but it's when I offered myself that space to even look at my desires, was I able to really see that I wanted a different life than the one I was pursuing. And that's where everything changes. And that's, like I said, where desires really come in handy, because if you're desiring something consistently and current reality is not in alignment with that, what are you doing? Like, literally, what are you doing with your time? And I find that the more we actually start to get a relationship with these desires that we have within ourselves, and maybe start to see how we can align to be better in alignment with those desires, we might actually notice how many different things that are actually right in front of our face, completely available to us, that we've been ignoring because we've been focused on this other thing that's not our desire. So basically, if you get anything out of this video, I want you to know that you can wish and dream your heart away. It is okay, no matter what this world tries to tell you, you have these ideas for a reason. You have these impulses, instincts, draws to different energies for a reason. And the more that you will pay attention to them, the more you will be headed in the direction of your soul, not of, you know, what your family says or society says, or even what you consciously think that you should be doing. No, this is what you feel called to because it just resonates. And there's nothing that really can explain that chaotic, resonating energy that is so divine, that is so within us all. And that's what I'm saying, where you have to kind of lay back and let yourself relax to have these desires, you know? It's totally up to you if you allow yourself to have them. But yeah, I think that gets this out of my system. I just needed to rant about it real quick. It just kind of came to me. So if you like this message, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more, of course, and follow me on other stuff down below. Check out Patreon as well for more magical tips like this. But I will see you guys in a later video. Bye for now.